What up, crypto lovers and enthusiasts? Happy day today. Today, obviously, going to take a quick look at Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at more so the ETF numbers recently, okay, to give you a little bit more color, let you see the picture a little better. And then we're going to focus on the bulk of this video is going to be focused on 7 altcoins in different stages of a bullish pattern called the inverse head and shoulders. I either own or have owned these altcoins and have made money on all of them. And I put them all in people's in this community's radar, especially the Spanish community, because I've had that one longer. Anyways, you're gonna know all 7 of these: Rio, Stobox, Sinverse, Naka, Orei, AGI, and GLQ. And so without further ado, let's do this. All right, first Bitcoin, essentially sideways, right? A couple of quick interesting things of note, right? This is the highest we've gone, right? And this move up, tested it, didn't go up as high in this area, right? Around 27, 28, 29th of March. Didn't have to go as low either. Around the 4th of April, came up, and then we lost it again. But really just testing this area of support, and now it looks like we only were able to muster up around 67,000, whereas this area was around 71, 70, and this area is high as 73, which made the all-time highs. Currently, the local all-time highs. Okay, so could it be that we're just kind of settling in now, and right now it's going to make a different peak, different low, and just kind of range in a certain little area within this triangle? I want to say, okay, maybe test a little bit here. We'll see. All right, let's take a look at what the ETFs are doing. Okay, first, GBTC outflows. As you can tell, they have been less and less lately. Especially through this big area right here, right? This were a lot of sales, and at the beginning also a lot of sales, and obviously little individual big sales, but for the most part, you can see it kind of diminishing. This is as of April 2024. Those are the GBTC sales. All right. So eventually this will dry up. 22 hours ago, they lost another 2,000 Bitcoin. So eventually that sell pressure will be gone. Now, how have the ETFs been doing here? You can see it. You can see where there was a lot at the beginning. Well, February, end of February and March. You can see a lot of interest, a lot of buying in, and then lately, right? And then lately you see the interest is less and less, waning, and lately you also see more of these red negative days. Okay, but guys, this just ebbs and flows. All right, remember we are heading into the summertime where people are kind of less interested in markets. They want to go on vacation, they want to do all that stuff. Although I will say that the one credible source that I have believes, Rec Capital believes that it, let's see if I can find his Twitter. Rec Capital believes that in July we should see a altcoin run. All right, let's see if I can find his chart so you can take a look at that. Possible. Here it is. Okay, so this is July, right? And right now we're in April. Sorry, end of April into May. So what could happen, according to this chart by him, we drop, right, and then at some point closing in on July, around July, or right up to July, we start moving up, peaking out around July, and then coming back down, doing the same thing, repeating into October, into January. Okay, for altcoins. That's how apparently it's been according to this chart. Something interesting, something to keep in mind. So it could be, again, it kind of plays into the whole base case of mine that, you know, we will be going sideways 50, 100 days, something along those lines, maybe into June, July, whatever, and being real boring around here. All right, I don't know that we go too much lower below this line. Okay, as I've mentioned. Okay, so that's kind of where we are with that with Bitcoin. But again, this is just buying opportunity, guys. If we do lose 61,000, which we might, you know, we might in the next coming weeks or so, whatever, for a little bit, test this area right here, who knows, or maybe we just kind of just hang out right around this little area right here. We'll see. But right now I wouldn't mind seeing it kind of go up here and testing it, and then kind of, but we'll see. again, it looks like it's just kind of even starting to be a little bit even more tighter of a range bound, right? But okay, play it by ear. Again, the ETFs, all that stuff, a little bit less ebbs and flows, but no big deal, guys. No big deal. I think Bitcoin is honestly showing a lot of strength, and we're very lucky that we're seeing the sideways consolidation, because that gives us opportunities to position ourselves a little better. Now let's take a look at 7 altcoins that are in different stages of head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, which are very bullish patterns. We're going to take a look at the ones that have already kind of played out. Okay, so you get an idea. For this, you got to kind of zoom out. Okay, and these are all projects that I'm in or I have been in, and I've called the head and shoulders on them. Okay, this is Nakamoto Games. You can see little shoulder, head, little shoulder. All right, and then if you put a neckline right here, and you do that, brings it up to around this area, and it's already played out. Okay, so after this neckline, once it breaks out of here, it starts moving up very strongly over the course of however long it takes for that particular crypto to move up and play out. Now it's probably now a different structure that it's forming, because this has already been played out. All right, it'd be something like this, so you know, neckline more or less we'll say right around there. All right, breakout of the neckline, which would be right around here. Oh well, I guess it's not really completely played out, because the neckline would be right. Actually, the neckline would be right here, huh? I'm sorry. So let's do that. Let's make it a little bit less here. Neckline would be roughly right there. Yeah, that's where it would be. Right, and then where it breaks out would be right here. And yeah, so it has played out. All right, to $2, and it's funny because where it's supposed to top out based on this structure, it's just been consolidating right around the area, right? Just right around this area right here. This line right here at $2.20. It's underneath it right now, $1.74. But I mean, it's been right around there. So that's interesting. That's interesting how that works out, guys. Okay, so that's one that has played out. We'll see what it's doing now. Consolidating probably before next leg up. How I see it, very bullish pattern. So now you can see what an inverse head and shoulders looks like. Something that has already played out. What you can expect after it breaks a neckline like that. How to kind of get an idea of where the price could go, right? Using this at the breakout point, which would be right here, as mentioned. Okay, so $2.20 more or less, and then after that point, after that breakout, however long it takes to reach the top of that, and then after that, build to something else. Okay, so that's Nakamoto Games. So that's an example. Another example, AGI. Okay, I was in this one. All these blue things are that you see, by the way, are just price points where I bought bags. Okay, where I bought bags accumulated, and that's my average price on that accumulation. Oh no, it's not AGI right here. As you can see, I bought it at 2 cents. I bought it at 2 cents, guys. That's my average buy for a nice bag, and then I sold it where you see this circle. But you can see the inverse head and shoulders. Had I listened to myself, because I put it where it would play out up to right here. And it did. It actually went above, and now it's actually back to the more or less, yeah, where the inverse head and shoulders would play out. Okay, so another one where I should have had I listened to myself, and had I sold better, I could have caught a lot more of this, or maybe I still would have held a little bit more, and to catch all this. Okay, lessons learned here, but the big point is that I was right in my call. Another inverse head and shoulders that did exactly what it did, and on top of that, it consolidated a couple times around the point right here, right before it moved up again, and now it's back to consolidation around that area again. Isn't that interesting, right? Around this area, this movement right here. You can see this. All right, right here. All right, guys. So interesting. I'm right, and you do want to see these patterns in the token that you're in, guys. All right, and here's another example of one, GLQ. And I'm also pretty good at calling, right? I mean, it's not like I'm faking any of this stuff. This is actually very true. I wish I could have said that I didn't sell my AGC, because I don't know, what is it? My Dilithium. I wish I didn't sell my Dilithium. I'd be up like over, that'd be like 20x, over 20x at the peak. But that's okay. GraphLink. Average buy 0.0092. I didn't put too much capital in it. All right, and then when it reached right around here is where I sold. Okay, but I did call this head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder, neckline, boom. And look at where it reached. It's like basically right there, right? Pretty damn close. That means that to me that played out, and now we're going back down. I'm still looking at this to see if I should buy in right now, because it's still like a 40 million dollar market cap, whatever it is. And really, I should have just held on. Although it wasn't a huge position that I put into it. It was enough where 20x on that position would have been nice. Would have been nice instead of selling like right around here. Instead of what it's selling on this consolidation area right here before the real breakout. Boom. I didn't do that. All right, but then that's another example of what I'm calling as correct. All right, now let's take a look at some projects that are actually going through that I haven't played out the complete inverse head and shoulders. First one, Rio. Okay, shoulder. Head, big head, shoulder, neckline. How high does it go? Right around here. And we are only like right here, right over here. So this says that we should go to around $7.30 just based on $7.64 based on this structure, and which I think it will. Although we're having a huge drop right now, not even just a big consolidation back to these levels right here that you can see right here. As long as we hold that, we should be all right. And from here is where you expect the final pump to at least to finish off this pattern. From there, who knows, maybe another consolidation before another pump up. We'll see, but good area to buy at $1.64 Relio network. Okay, very bullish very bullish chart. Next one, STBU. This bad boy, shoulder, head, shoulder. We broke out neckline right here. Boom. We still have ways to go, right? We still have a ways to go. You know, we are moving up, higher high area, right? Consolidation, great area to buy at 17 cents, and eventually, once this plays out, as I believe it will, that'll get to 98 cents, guys. 98 cents. It's at 17 right now. Okay, and the next one, this is to me, it looks like a textbook Head and Shoulders. If they had a picture of this on like the dictionary, I don't even know if people use dictionaries anymore. I'm sure they do. This is a beautiful Head and Shoulders pattern, right? And it hasn't played out completely because we're still at 9 cents. For it to get to like the neckline, right? It'd have to get to like 0.016 more or less, break through that, and we'd have to break through the more or less up to past 1.8 to get all past all this area, right? Boom. From there, based on this pattern playing out, 11 cents, guys. 11 cents. Okay. Remember, it's at under a penny, 0.009. Right. Very, very bullish chart. Beautiful text. It's beautiful. It looks beautiful. Sinverse. And the final one, or AI chain. Right. Let's see. Where is it? Now this is kind of right. The shoulder, the head. The shoulder went way down, right? It didn't go past the head, obviously. So that's still keeps it a head and shoulder. Neckline, more or less right here. If that plays out, $50. It's at $10 right now. Okay, eventually it will. You know, it could do this, boom, boom, boom. But eventually, if this plays out, $50. And I'm not saying that'll be the all-time high, or that'll be like where it tops out at this bull run. That's just where this pattern and the patterns that I've shown, the pattern of all those tokens end up playing out. Doesn't mean that I think those tokens are going to stop right there and that's where it's going to top out at. No, sir. I don't think Sinverse is going to top out at 11 cents, for example. Okay, and I don't think Rio is going to top out at what price was that? $6.94. But it's just how that where I see that based on my analysis, where I see that, or $7.40 something cents, 45 cents, based on that my analysis, where I see the no, more or less right around here, around $6.44. Based on my analysis, where I see it just playing out, measured to. Okay, something to keep in mind, guys. Something to keep in mind. But those patterns are bullish, and when I do see inverse head and shoulders patterns, I get really excited because, you know, if they're that big, right? If you're zooming out, then that, to me, that gives it more validity, and I think that it does happen. And I've just showed you 7 where it, you know, different various stages of it. You've seen the ones that have already played out. You see more or less what they look like. Go study them, and then position yourself accordingly, guys. All right, those are Rio, STBU, Sinverse, or AI. Okay, still playing out. Their inverse head and shoulders, so there's great opportunity there. Naka, AGI, and GLQ already have played out but they are also in pretty good accumulation zones, and I don't think that they will stop. They will probably continue moving up. Although I'm not in AGI anymore or GLQ, I am still in all the other ones. All right, and I am well positioned in all of them. Leave it there, guys. If you can, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. All that stuff helps. I'm trying to grow this channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace.